This is a 1958 Chevrolet 3100, or actually they call them Apache 31s. I'm so used to saying 3100 because I do 57 and olders, but I actually really have grown to I've really fallen in love with these 58 and 59s. They only made them for 2 years. And let me actually close that door. There we go. This is a sweet one because it's got all the mechanical upgrades. Everything underneath its Camaro with a Camaro donor vehicle had a front end put into it. It's got the 350 out of the Camaro, the automatic trans, rear end, disc brakes all the way around. Everything about this truck is desirable. Transmission shifts perfectly. It's got a good pickup. The day I picked this truck up, actually it was really cold out. It was one of those, we had a cold snap here down in the south, and I was over in Alabama. It was about 45 degrees out, flipped the heater on, it worked. And we pulled in. Today's a warm day, it's almost 70 today, and I turned the air conditioner on, it blows ice cold. Like I said, everything about this truck is desirable. Mechanically, it's ready to rock and roll. All the glass in it's good. It does, I'm not that crazy about this steering wheel, but you know, they come off easily and be replaced with a wood grain. But it's actually got the telescoping steering wheel. You can see that. And then it's also got the tilt steering wheel, so I can tilt it up and down. So that's really awesome. The air conditioning works great. You can hear the compressor kick on. Heater works good. It's got a new heater system in it. Radio actually does turn on and dial in, but I don't think there's any speakers hooked up to it. And it's just an old tape player. Nice thing about that is, well, it looks like they, at some point somebody probably compromised the dashboard, but then they put this little piece of metal around it, put that in. And then somebody drilled a hole, I guess, in the top and put an antenna up here. I'm not that crazy about that, but all the lights work. Looks like the bright switch still works on the gauges even. Yep, there it goes, turns off and on. Turn signals, indicators work on the dash. Good running engine. Power brakes. Some new master cylinder. Power regulator. Engine's got a good sound to it. It's got a nice mellow, you know, old truck sound to the engine, which is great. It's not, you know, overwhelming, super loud or anything like that. Interior on the truck looks good, just original door panels. There's very, very, very minor rust in this truck. I'm gonna call it 98% rust free. There's one little spot right there. Hinge pockets are in good shape. Seat cover is good, no rips or tears, older vinyl. It's got the old original style headliner. It looks like it's peeling down just a hair. Some new adhesive, and now we go right back. Other than the radio, the dash hasn't been compromised and it looks really good. Speedometer does work. Amperage gauge works. Oil pressure works. Ice cold air conditioning, like I said. Tilt steering wheel. Lights work good. Windows roll up and down like they should. Tinted windows. Of course, the big one of the big pluses on this truck too is that it's a big back window truck. Big back window in the back. Tinted windows. No scratches, nothing like that. In fact, it looks like all the glass was replaced. So this is new glass. This is new. Usually these are old and bubbly. The vent glass. In fact, the weather stripping on the windshield looks new. The weather stripping on the vent glass doesn't look like it was replaced, but the glass was. I'll go body panel by body panel and kind of tell you what's right or wrong with it. and everything's pretty good with except for one spot over here on the side. Okay, so the hood looks really good. The front looks really good. The hood, I mean, is very straight. The fender here is in great shape. We've got some blemishes down here where probably some Bondo, and then somebody decided to take a grinder to it. This is the only real imperfection on the whole truck right here, and a little bit of body work, and you could straighten that out pretty good. So other than that, on the door it looks good. Back of the cab corner, same thing. Probably some rust behind there, and somebody tried to, you know, putty that, and then somebody hit it with a grinder, I guess, thinking they were gonna maybe just see if there was some rust there, figure it out. So of course you could cut that, weld it, or maybe do some minor body work. Depends on if you're gonna make the truck like a hot rod style, rat rod, or if you're gonna try and go full show with it. This would be a great truck to go either way, because mechanically it's rocking and rolling. Sides of the bed look good. Rear fenders look pretty good. Little spots you can see where maybe some of the primer came off and somebody came back with a spot, primed it with the gray. Tailgate looks good. Underneath this has got a heavy duty mat, rubber mat in the back, and then just a piece of plywood for the bed. Side of the bed looks good over here. The fender looks really good. A couple of little spots of surface rust, but no rust through. Back of the cab corner here looks good. This door looks good, and this fender looks good. Everything's really straight. Now this is in primer light green, and it's kind of got a really cool look to it. We were thinking about shooting it in primer gray or primer black, just to give it kind of a hot rod look. But I may just let it go out the door like this and let the next guy do what he wants to with it, instead of doing double work. Super clean underneath. Looks like a little patch panel back there on the cab corner. Minor rust. Floor pans are rust free. Frame rails look really good. They did a magnificent job there putting the front clip on, and it actually looks like it might have been done quite some time ago. Try to look a little closer. Yeah, they actually welded up underneath there too, so everything looks good. The welds look really clean and good, professional and strong. Clean fender wells. Rear end is newer rear end. It's got a 327 gear in it, and it's actually got the tags on it, you can see. It says limited slip on there, resistant drift or limited slip. Yeah, so it's got a limited slip rear end. You can see that the bolts are back here are new. It's got disc brakes on the rear and on the front. All the brake lines back here are new. It looks like brand new back here. It's really nice. Fender wells look really clean. Good clean step ups, touch of surface rust. Good clean frame rails. Like I said, no rust on the frame rails, floor pans. Underneath the bed looks good. Oh, I got a rock in my shoe. And last but not least, you got just a touch of rust right there. And it looks like there's actually some metal in behind it that's put in from the inside before the carpet was put in. So there you have it, big back window, 1958 Chevy truck. Oh, there's one other thing too. This door does sag down just a hair when you open it, and window's just a touch tougher to roll up and down, but it is in good shape and the glass looks good. Probably just needs a little grease. But I did want to do a close-up on the hinge pockets, because the hinge pockets themselves right here, which where the hinges hold on, are not rusty. And sometimes people get really concerned about that. Now you can see behind the hinge pocket that there was some rust down in the bottom part, which I showed you from underneath. but that should not affect that. Hinge probably just needs to be adjusted, even possibly back behind here. And it does look like there's a little bit of rust underneath the door right here. So extremely minimal rust on the truck. Man, mechanically in excellent condition. So there you have it. I think this is going to make somebody a fun truck. When I get them in like this, these are the ones I never want to let go of, because it costs a ton of money just to get them mechanically when they're like, to where they're like this. All-wheel disc brakes, 350 auto trans, tilt steering wheel, telescoping steering wheel, ice cold air conditioning, hot heat, all the glasses in great shape. This is a sweet truck.